Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. Hosted by Brian Poduska. And sponsored by Real Property Management Focus. Certainty Home Lending. Donovan Creative Agency. Stewart Title. The Frisco Fighters Arena Football Care. PBJ Mortgage. And by Team Watson Redeemers. And Bethany Rowan with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco.
To serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco show. Thank you for tuning in today. We have an awesome episode. We are on episode 22 of the show. So hopefully you've seen us before, but if you have not, we are a community-based podcast, live stream radio show about all things Frisco. All right. So what our intention is to put the spotlight on business leaders, community leaders, that's politicians, other community leaders. We have one of them on today to not to ruin the surprise, but we have elections coming up, and we're going to have Mr. John Keating on to share a little bit about himself and his campaign. We have Frisco ISD leadership that comes on the show. We have sports leadership. After all, we are Sports City USA here in Frisco. And then last but not least, we have nonprofit leadership that comes on the show. So that is who we are. We also have a rotating business topic of the month, and we are in May. So we have a new topic. The topic of May is turning social media into service media. So simple strategies for expanding your social media presence. It's scrolling right there at the bottom. Thank you for that, Lyndon. So look forward to diving into that topic with our co-hosts and guests today. Without further ado, Lyndon, let's bring them in and say hello. Let's bring everybody in together.
All right,
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
what's up, Brian? Good to see you, bud.
You too. Good to see you, Paul. Chauny, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Paul, John, great to see you. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule as we're coming to the closure of the elections here. So thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for the invite.
Yes, awesome. All right, so let's go around the horn. Paul, I'll let you introduce Chauny, and then John, I'll let you introduce yourself. We're just going to do quick intros here, and then we'll come back and we'll dive in a little bit deeper into your businesses, your stories. Most importantly, we want to get your stories out there, right? Who you are, let the audience hear who you are and what you do. But more importantly, that who you are piece. So Paul, I'll let you kick it off. Go for it, my man.
All right. Well, my name is Paul Fisher. So I'm a residential mortgage lender with Certainty Home Lending. So we do, homes. So first home, second home, vacation home, the beach house, investment properties. So, anything that needs, home financing, whether it's, a starter kit, a small one, or, up to the jumbo ones, or all and everything in between. So part of the Frisco Chamber Ambassadors, which is kind of rolls right into my guest for today. I met Chauny about 2 years ago. We've been on the ambassador team together for 2 years. And so I am excited to have her because she is the three-peat champion of being the ambassador of the year for the Frisco Chamber. So very well connected within Frisco and happy to have her. And so I'm going to let Chauny finish off my thoughts and tell us about yourself. So we're happy to have Miss Chauny Shivers.
Well, thank you so much, Paul, and so excited to be here. Thank you. So I'm Chauny Shivers. I am the owner of Shiver Services, LLC. I am an author, speaker, and coach. So I just simply, in one liner, just help individuals, business leaders maximize their productivity and influence enabling them to build efficient teams and networks. So I've been doing that for a little over 6.5 years. And at the core of who I am, I just love serving and supporting people.
And you wrote a book recently, didn't you? Didn't you put
Yes.
out?
I am a published author. I have 4 books out now. And so these are tools to help corporations and companies and associations just build efficiently and effectively and create healthy habits.
I mean, it's something we can all live by. So we're glad to have you on. I mean, our topic is, social media and the service media, and I've got your social media up right now, and I feel like I need to be coached. so we'll be ready to dig in deep to that. So, but yeah, happy to have you on today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being on, Chauny. Good to see you. John, once again, thank you for taking the time out of your busy campaign schedule here. Everybody, I think, watching probably knows or has heard of you. So just give us a brief overview of who you are, what you're campaigning for. And like I said, we'll dive a little bit deeper into you on the backside of the break.
All right, great. Well, thanks for having me on the show. And I've been a Frisco resident for about 25 years, raised my 2 sons here, been active in the community, on council since 2010, up for my 3rd and final run here for place 1. And excited about that, and happy to answer all your questions. Not sure what else to share. I don't want to go, deep dive in the resume or anything, but was on another show earlier this morning, and just one of the questions that came up was what is something you're most proud of. There's a long list of things that very proud of. I think Exide came up. I think sometimes that's a story that we forget, that had been here for almost 50 years and was right here in the center of town. And we solved that in the boardroom and not in the courtroom. And with a good positive outcome, it's gone. It's not coming back. And, we're ready to start cleaning that area up, clean up into Stewart Creek and Grand Park, get Grand Park open. So one good thing leads to another. So I'll open with that and turn it back over to you guys.
No, that's awesome. Thank you. And yes, there is no short list of accomplishments that you guys have made over the last, 10, 15 years in Frisco. So it's a hard list to choose from if you're going to choose one. So that's cool that you mentioned that. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here. On the backside, we have a What's Up Frisco segment. So we're going to talk about a few things going on in Frisco. Who knows? Maybe we get somebody in your office plugged into the show to talk about what's going on in Frisco in the future. But that's something we can talk about afterward. But we'll hit that, and then we'll come back. And I know you're on a somewhat of a tight schedule, so we'll come back to you after we do a What's Up Frisco segment, if you're cool with that.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. With that, Landon, go ahead and hit the break, and we'll be right back.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
All right, welcome back. That's our awesome sounder. I'm glad you got a chuckle out of that, John.
I've got to up my website here with some sound effects.
Yeah, we have a few little sounders and tricks up our sleeve. Lennon's been hard at work at that. So Lennon Wilson, who you met very briefly before the show, he's the creator of The Difference. And we have a long way to go, but we've come a long, long way from when we first started. So we've got some cool little sounders and segment themes and things like that. So we're not quite to the level of, the ticket, if you listen to sports radio around here, but, we have goals, #goals, right?
That's right.
So here we are, What's Up Frisco segment. So what we do here is just highlight some local things going on, whether they be events, fundraisers, networking events, things like that, community events. So John and Chauny, if you guys have anything in mind, would love to hear from you. But Paul, I know you've got a few lined up. I've got a few that I'll talk about, and then I'll kick it over to you guys. So Paul, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got unfortunately, I asked earlier. I said, "When's that wine event in Frisco?" And it's the last weekend, so I'm a week behind. But I was out of town, so that I get a mark off on that. So
you get a reprint this week.
I know. I'm a week behind in Frisco, but it is Ryder Cup weekend on Saturday, and so there's always something going on at the PGA Frisco, and they're doing I guess a watch party for the Kentucky Derby at the Ryder Cup Grill, and so that'll be on Saturday. And then, of course, Cinco de Mayo is right behind it. So they're doing Cinco de Mayo at the PGA district out there. So, the first weekend of May kind of kicks everything off. So between horses and margaritas, you'll be set. So, but that's what I've got going on.
All right, cool. Well, there is the competing Cinco de Mayo event I know going on over at Rough Riders Ballpark. I think that's an all-day event, and there's many different activities going on. They've got food trucks and all kinds of stuff going on there. So there's no lack of activities to do for Cinco de Mayo, which is not surprising here in Frisco. What I do want to talk about, obviously, we've got the election coming up this Saturday, May 4th, correct, John?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, awesome. So we've got the general election. We've got the special election. You are running for City Council Place 1. City Council Place 3 is also an open seat or an up for election seat. What I'd ask you to do, if you could, because I think it's a little bit confusing on the website, the special election Proposition A and B. Could you just give a little bit of background on what those are for anybody listening and people who are going to be voting this weekend?
Well, sure. So the propositions are on the same ballot. So I'm not sure if you're looking at the city website or campaign website.
I think they split it up as Proposition A and B. It's kind of the same topic, right? It's the
yes. I thought I heard you say like a special election or a different election or something, but it's all part of our municipal races that are going on now. We've
right.
Finished early voting. We've got election day on May 4th. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you can look online. Collin or Denton County, you do have to vote in your county, and the city website can direct you to polling locations. I know Fire Station 7 and Fire Station 4 in Denton County, just to name two, are very popular polling locations. And then also on the Collin County side, obviously Collin College, and then on the east side of town, Fire Station 8. So there are other polling locations, but I just wanted to kind of, remind folks those are some of our more popular locations. On the propositions, it's Proposition A and B. They are A, I believe, is civil service, and B is collective bargaining. So these are would only impact the fire department. They're not would not impact the police department or any other department in the city of Frisco. So I'm a no vote on the propositions. I just think that here in the city of Frisco, we don't want to fix what's not broken. Certainly, there are areas where we can improve. I think this is really based on communication and the work that needs to happen between council, our first responders, police and fire, city manager's office, and to a lesser extent HR, but they are part of the dialogue and the narrative. And just for me, carving out one department and going civil service or collective bargaining is just sort of creates a unlevel playing field for the rest of our city departments in terms of how they're represented or who comes first, second, third now, instead of, again, looking at everybody through the same lens and with the same perspective of providing the best city services we can while maintaining a competitive tax rate.
Got it.
So
no, that's good. That's a good summary, and I appreciate your opinion on that, and I'm sure that all the listeners do as well. Awesome. So that's coming up this Saturday, May 4th. Another big event coming to Frisco here in a couple of weeks is the ACM Awards, second year in a row, coming to the Star, the Ford Center at the Star. So that's at 7 p.m. on May.
Chauny, are you going? You're nodding your head pretty good, like you're going to be there.
I don't know. I might be on the stage. I'm not too sure.
Oh, look at you. Now that's worth an extra payment for. Let's see it. I love it. So that is on Thursday, May 16th. Come see Chauny on stage, amongst other famous acts. And
the headliner.
Leading up to that, I do want to point this out. NAC Theater is having a honky tonk on May 13th, 7 p.m. Multiple acts are going to be at the NAC Theater, which is in downtown Frisco, just east of the railroad tracks as you're going east on Main Street. So come on down there. There's some other activities going on downtown Frisco, to usher in the event coming up, 2 Thursdays from now. So check that out as well. All right, guys, I'm going to turn it over to either John or Chauny. Do you guys have anything that you want to highlight as far as what's coming up in Frisco?
Yeah, if I could, really quick, we've got the Wall That Heals is here in Frisco. It arrived yesterday. We got it all set up. You may have seen it if you were out and about on the road. A large 18-wheeler came in with a lot of motorcycles, police escorts. We're very excited about it. Shout out to Frisco VFW Post Commander Sheena Lawless. This was her sort of mastermind project and has been incredibly successful. Very proud of her. And tonight is the opening ceremony, starting at 7 p.m. up at Warren Sports Complex. The wall is a scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., and we are the only city in Texas to get it this year.
Oh, my.
So it's hugely popular, and the idea is that the Vietnam Veterans Foundation would create this display that could travel around the country for those Vietnam veterans that for one reason or another are unable to travel to Washington, D.C. This also gives them a chance to visit the wall in their hometown with their loved ones, because we do know, as I'm a veteran and seeing these veterans interact, this can be an emotional experience. And we do invite the public out to share in this experience and learn as much as they can, not only about the Vietnam War, but about the soldiers who fought there. And certainly the wall represents those who gave all, the final measure, and on behalf of their country. I'll close by saying I know the Vietnam War was controversial. As veterans, we greatly appreciate it, obviously, when the public thanks us for our service. But then we, in turn, turn around to our Vietnam veterans and thank them and then welcome them home as well. They did not get the welcome that many of us received when we served in Iraq or Afghanistan in those conflicts. So you will see us all band together for them and invite you to join us. And again, just in closing, I would say it's okay to hate the war, but please don't hate the warrior. It's time to give thanks and welcome these guys home.
Well, that's
well
really
put.
well said.
Very well said.
When again is that, John?
The display will be here May 2nd to the 5th. It will start to pack up and be ready to leave the afternoon of the 5th. So don't wait till the last day. And then tonight we're having a very special opening ceremony. We've got some incredible guest speakers, some incredible veterans that are coming for this occasion. And that will start at 7 p.m. I suggest getting there a little bit early, just getting cars in there, getting everybody parked and into a place where they can watch and hear what's going on, it should be really, really great. I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for your service personally. So that's fantastic. So 7 p.m. Warren Sports Complex tonight is the ceremony. Get there early, and then it'll be there through May 5th. Awesome. Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Chauny, do you have anything that you want to share?
I'm not following that, Brian.
I know. I set you up for failure.
Yeah.
Now, didn't I?
We are going to let the wall that heals be the highlight here.
That's
for
it.
sure.
That's what you end on. I mean,
Fair
Yes.
enough. I love it. I love it. All right. We will end on that then. So that will put a bow on our What's Up Frisco segment. Thanks for sharing those events, guys. That's fantastic. What we're going to do is shift over to basically allowing you guys to tell your story, right? And John, I know you said you've got a limited time. Normally, we let the ladies go first, but I do want you to share your story a little bit. I'll ask you a few questions, but you said that you've been a Frisco resident for 25 years. What brought you to Frisco originally? I mean, you're almost an OG of Frisco if it's 25 years, because there weren't a whole lot of people here 25 years ago. So tell us what brought you here.
Family moved here because of work. It was a job transfer. I think that's a fairly common theme that I've heard. Someone's being transferred into the region, usually from out of state, sometimes from outside the country. And that was our case back in 1999. And, I think when you come into the region, you have a choice. There's, Plano, Allen, McKinney, Prosper, Salina, Little Elm, the Colony, and then, of course, Frisco. And I think the draw for many has been the school district, the amenities, our incredible neighborhoods, a very safe city, very friendly community. We really want everyone to feel welcome, safe, and then, especially included. All four corners of Frisco, all the different cultures, the diverse backgrounds, to have a city where everyone feels like they've got a voice and they have a role to play, something beyond just work. There's a place to play and have fun. We are, of course, Sports City USA, something we're very proud of. Talked about Excite a little bit, a moment ago, but that kind of leads into legacy projects going forward, and the cleanup of what portions of Grand Park we need to focus on, and then execution of Grand Park. And then, of course, a performing arts center is another, sort of long-term legacy project as we continue to build the city out and meet the needs of all of our residents.
Well, that's awesome. And you touched on a few of the biggest priorities you guys have going on. That was going to be one of my questions. Where does downtown Frisco fit in that priority list?
They are on the priority list for sure. We're making, as a city, about a $70 million investment downtown. I think it's really going to be incredible. It'll be a true deep dive where we are unfortunately going to have to kind of dig up sidewalks and streets to get down to the infrastructure that's down below. But it is time to replace it. We need to make sure the toilets flush, the lights come on, and the internet works. And I know that some of those downtown businesses struggle with some of those things. Traffic flow has been an issue. We do plan on, as we put it all back together, widening the sidewalks, taking away the on-street parking that really sort of creates a chokehold downtown. The voters did approve bonds last year for structured parking. And then I think everybody is familiar with the 4th Street Plaza that we'll do just south of Main Street at 4th Street there, and put in a really cool mixed-use experience there, live entertainment, music, and just a way to kind of get off of, Main Street right there a block away. So it's going to be incredible. Portions of the sidewalks will be covered, and so to provide some shade and a more patio-like experience. And a lot of the shop owners down there, business owners, are sort of looking forward to rebranding, reimagining their storefront and how to create a sidewalk experience to draw people downtown for fun, but then also into their shop or restaurant, and kind of keep the historic charm, but revitalize the area, certainly.
Well, yeah, and we're adding a brewery right there, kind of in the middle of it, right? So,
Yeah, kind of anchoring it down at one.
John, you can tell what Brian's priority is. He's like, yeah, sidewalks are great and all that, but when's the beer going to be here? I mean,
I will say that's not unique to just me. This is Frisco we're talking about. Come on.
Yes, yeah. You walk, you do a lap, and you're going to be thirsty and hot and tired, and so Rollertown will be positioned right there, down by the silos. Folks were saying, "Gosh, the silos look all nice and bright and shiny." And yes, we've patched them up. We've cleaned out the inside, patched up the outside, and made it look really great. So that that's done as they start to break ground for Rollertown and get rolling. We're thinking that might be done by June of next year. Wow. So they're highly motivated to get that place up and running and open to the public. And it will be a true family experience. Now we talk about beer and a brewery, and you think you've got to be over age 21, and that might be for young couples or something, but it's really for everybody. It's going to be pet friendly, family friendly. It should be a really cool experience, and again, live entertainment, music, a lot of fun. Very vibrant component there to the sort of anchoring our main street.
Yeah, for sure, and it's right in the middle of the old and new downtown. So I mean, it couldn't be in a better spot in my humble planning experience. That's great. So, all right, we've talked about some priorities. What's the one biggest opportunity you see for Frisco? And real quick, hi Debbie, thanks for watching. I saw Jackie Tobar chimed in earlier as well. Thanks everybody for watching. All right, John, what's the biggest opportunity that you see for Frisco in your final term here?
Now, that's a really good question. I think for council, we're the board of directors, if you will, for the city. We cast the vision for the city. We've got to look beyond next year, next 5 years. Mayor Chauny has challenged us to look at a couple work sessions ago, even 20 years into the future. And that was sort of our work session 2020. And looking at 2040, sort of the catch of having 2020 vision on the future. So I really respect and appreciate his leadership and how he challenges us to sort of get outside the box and get past the next election, the next bond cycle, the next planning and zoning meeting, and really kind of forward thinking, forward leaning, and how we're going to execute. Of course, obviously with that, we don't operate in a vacuum. We want community engagement, outreach. So I think, as we move forward and the city continues to grow, and we're now at this place, where I moved here, it was 30,000, and now we're at 230,000. So the community engagement is critical. And I think that's one of your topics later as we talk about social media and engagement and reach for business, and certainly a platform for us here on council.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's a good segue as we will move into the social media as it relates to service media. Since we're not going to have you probably for that topic, and we do have to take a break here shortly. What is your biggest use of social media as it comes to serving the community? How has that evolved for you over time?
I think as again, the time that I've been here in Frisco, as the city's evolved, social media platforms have evolved. Facebook isn't the same thing it was 10 years ago. Twitter, LinkedIn, I think we're all kind of finding our way, kind of finding our platform, what works best for us. I have friends who love LinkedIn, and that's the only thing they use. And for me, I've discovered, LinkedIn is a great platform to be on and to observe, the local business community, the region, what's going on in Texas and around the country. But it's not really a political platform. Certainly, we do speak to projects that we're doing and what's coming next for Frisco. But I found that really Twitter and Facebook are still sort of a place where it's family friendly. You can have a page for yourself, for your social life and what you're sharing there. And then Facebook now has come to a place where I can have a separate page just for my campaign. And if you want to follow that, great. And if not, you just want to see, what John's doing on vacation or, running around Frisco, you have that option. And then if you want to hear, kind of maybe do a deeper dive into campaigns and politics and things like that, you have a choice. You have, channels, if you will.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Okay. So we're going to cut to commercial break, and we're probably going to lose you just because of your schedule. However, we do have a segment called Rapid Fire, where we go around the horn and we ask everybody what, all these crazy questions, right? Or not so crazy. So
I'll stick around for that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, good. That's our last segment. So
I want to hear Chauny's story also.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's do that. Let's cut to commercial. We'll have you hang on. And then we will dive into Chauny's story on the backside. So Lennon, go ahead and cut, and then we'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 877-968-4853 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
And now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Good to see Jackie's ad there. She's one of our newest sponsors, so great to see her. And then I've got my Frisco Fighters football here. So thanks to all of our sponsors who we couldn't do the show without you. So thank you to you all. All right, Chauny, it's your turn. Like I said, I wasn't sure on the timing of the show. So normally we go ladies first. We will give you the floor as the three-time ambassador, Frisco Chamber Ambassador Queen of the Year. So everybody in Frisco knows you, I think. We dared to call you Miss Frisco earlier, but we know that's not the true title. Tell us about you. How did you come to Frisco?
So Brian, just like all the other crazy individuals, we moved here in 2020, and
Crazy.
Yes, I know. But we moved here in the Dallas area in 2020, and knowing no one, we only had one family member here. my father-in-law, which is in Dallas. And so we started from scratch. Both of our corporate jobs, my husband and I had lost us. We did not lose them. And we went full-time in the business. And so that's kind of what brought us here. We always knew we would be here and plant roots here. We just didn't know how that was going to look. So 2020, we got here, hit the ground running. Immediately after moving here, 3 months, I joined the Frisco Chamber. And, for me, it was about getting plugged in and rooted in the city where we were going to be raising our babies. That was very important to me. And so joined the chamber, and a month and a half within joining the chamber, became an ambassador. I really wanted to dig in and find ways to help support the change that I realized very, very quick was happening in the city. And it was so much more than what I expected, for sure. We landed in an amazing, amazing space, for sure. So we just wanted to be a part of that. So that's kind of what brought us here. And
That's awesome. Well, welcome with all the other folks like myself who, in the corporate America days, I own a property management company now. Started that 5 years ago, almost 4.5 years ago. But John, we probably have this in common. Frito-Lay, PepsiCo, that's who moved me down here from the Chicago area. So yeah, just like everybody else, we come to Frisco for jobs and stay here for different jobs and different reasons. So that's awesome. Chauny, I feel like I've known you since you moved here, or at least we've run in the same circles. So I figured you had been here longer than 2020. You did a great job of immersing yourself.
It has a very powerful impact in a short amount of time. Right, Chauny?
Yes, social media is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's why you're such a good guest for this topic this month. With social media, you've clearly grown a presence there. How many kids do you have?
So depending on what day you're asking. So foundationally, we have 3, 2 girls and a boy. The boy is the youngest, 13, 12, and 8. And yeah. So today we have 6, but foundationally 3. And of course, my husband, we actually just celebrated 15 years, which is amazing. Yes, we got married at 13. I know, it's crazy.
Child
bride. Is that legal in? Come on
now. So yes, so 3 amazing humans, and we are again here in Frisco. So they are in FISD school districts and very, very heavily involved. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure your schedules are not at all rotating around what their activities are.
It is not. We actually are not those parents. We do let them, be free with the things that they choose to do. But we do have parameters and expectations. But more than anything, education comes first for us. And so it's education first and then everything else afterwards, because that's what's going to take them the furthest.
Amen. I love that. That's great.
You said they're getting out of school on the 17th?
Yes, last day of school is the 17th. And so we have already started.
I was about to say, I bet you already got their activities ready to go for May 18th.
Oh, yes, you know it.
Hopefully the whole summer is planned out.
Yeah, the whole summer. If knowing Chauny, it is planned out.
Now, guys, they get choices.
They get choices. And here are your choices.
Here's your choices. Here's the one thing or else.
Yeah.
Well, Chauny, tell us about your businesses, plural. I'm going to say businesses, plural, because you've got your hands in a lot of things and you bring a lot of energy to all of it. So tell us about all those.
Okay, absolutely. So my background is actually corporate, which I've found a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs' background is. And one of the biggest things that I had discovered were the gaps that the corporate side had in it. So I actually built teams in the corporate sector, training and processes and things of that sort, really, really heavy in B2B. And within my last company, which was actually HEB, I solidified a lot of business relationships for them in West Texas. And in doing so, how Shiver Services came to be was just a regular visit from one of our business partners and asking my opinion on some processes. They had just opened up the new first co-working space in West Texas, and just asking for my opinion. And of course, I'm just like, oh yeah, bird's eye view. I mean, have you ever thought about this? And so sure enough, they had implemented some of the ideas, right, opinions that I had, and it actually increased their revenue within a couple of months. And so for them, when I came back, they just said, hey, have you ever considered? And I was like, oh God, no. Starting my own company? No. And they just, it was a real just light bulb moment for me, because I just said, why hadn't I ever thought of that? I worked so hard in the corporate sector, building the dreams of everybody else. And so I went home and asked my husband, and he was like, go for it. I mean, and so, yeah, went back 2 weeks, solidified an LLC and logo, website, contracts. And I had never known anyone that had ever owned a business. And so I did some research. Within 2 weeks, I went back to them and I said, okay, guys, I'm ready. Let's do it. And they said, okay. And they signed. And one of the beautiful things is, they always say, make your hobby, right, your career, and you'll never work a day in your life. And for me, it was really just really supporting and serving the hearts of people and just helping them to realize their value add to the world. And that's what I discovered when I started helping these business owners in the consulting realm of business. So it was really fun. I worked maybe 6 hours a week and made triple what my corporate salary was. And so for me, it was just something that really allowed me to expand my mindset to things that I just never thought were possible. And so that's how Shiver Services was birthed. So from there, I started that a couple of years before the pandemic hit. And that is what we went full time in when our jobs lost us here in the Dallas area. And there was a grave need. And so the company transitioned from project management and business consulting to then personal branding and training. So we really started digging our heels down in that. What is it that small business owners need? What is it that corporations need? What are those same gaps that we were able to identify and be able to utilize on both spectrums of the industry? So for us, it's really just helping them to really maximize, their value add, whether that be in personal branding or productivity, which the two go hand in hand. Because if you know what your message is, what it is that you're trying to achieve, then, everything else will follow as far as being able to maximize that message. And social media did a lot of that for us. So I love it when we meet people and they say, Chauny, you've been here for some years, right? I was like, no, I've only been here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, I feel like I know you. And I'm saying, I'm sure you don't, because I'm done at 2:30 every day. But social media does a good job at that, right?
Well, and so there were Shield Your Life advisors. Is that rolled up into Shiver Services, or is that?
It is. Yes. So obviously, when the pandemic hit, a lot of our clients were struggling to find good health care, and just even more than importantly, the education around it. And I think a lot of the times what ends up happening, especially with business owners, is, it's like fight or flight. Like they're looking for any and everything that could potentially help them in that realm. And for us, we stem on education first. That's what the business is built on, is education. because in the end, it allows them to make the best possible decision for themselves. So Shield Your Life Advisors, yes, is an entity within Shiver Services. So we do employee benefits and education around those kinds of things for companies and small business owners. So yes, so that is definitely a part of, and its own entity. So we actually have a team that runs that side for us. So they do all of the things, and we just kind of oversee that.
And what was you're going to be mad because I don't remember it. What the 90-10 tagline for Shield Your Life? Because
90% education, 10% policy.
That's right. There you go. There you go. So and I feel bad that I don't remember that, but
I know. Shame on you, Paul.
I know. Well, we've been doing some rebranding and things like that. I mean, you got your book out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm remembering the important stuff.
Yes.
I'm remembering the important stuff. So.
Yes. So speaking of that, so lately within the last year, one of the biggest things that we found was, a coach had told me, Chauny, the best thing that you can do is find ways to maximize your reach, maximize just how you educate individuals. And so that is when the speaking and the training came in, the writing of the books and the tools and things for us to be able to spread, the efficiency of how we do things, and maybe giving individuals an idea that they've never maybe thought of doing, right? It's the different tactics and ways that we choose to do things. And sometimes, we could hear things 100 times from our mother, but if a friend tells us, we're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. That's generally how that works. So, so I had always had a goal to become a published author, and soon in the near future, maybe a bestseller.
Oh my man.
Yeah.
New York Times, here we come.
Yeah, baby.
That's the limit.
So that is kind of what my focus is right now in this season. It really is honing in on just the training aspect and speaking and just spreading the message of just how we can clarify who we are and how we show up in life on social media, and really making perception reality. That is the goal.
Well said. Well said.
Love that. That is very well said. Okay. Hey guys, what we're going to do right now, Chauny, first of all, thank you for providing all that background on you. I throw me in that category of folks that thought you've been here longer. It must be the social media.
The mistake of social media. I mean, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's a great living example of what social media can do for you. All right, but hey guys, we do have to take a break real quick. We're going to come back on the backside and we will talk about one of our favorite topics. That is the rapid fire section. We're going to go around the horn and have some fun questions, and we'll all have a little bit of fun. And then after that, we will dive into our business topic of the month. So quick break and we'll see you on the backside. Bye.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
All right, we got a duck because it's rapid fire time. All right, so we are at the rapid fire segment of our show where I'm just going to go. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to go around the horn and just answer it as short as you can. And if you get too long-winded, Lyndon will buzz you. We have a buzzer now. And we also have a new sounder that if we have there it is right there. If we have a really exciting, fun answer, I think we have a new
fun house today.
There we go. We've got some applause. So with that, I'm going to kick it off, and I'm going to say, since we, have a long-time council member on the show today, I'm going to make it Frisco specific. What is your favorite eatery, go-to eatery in Frisco? Since we have so many to choose from. And I'm going to put the candidate on the hot seat. Go ahead, John. What's your favorite go-to?
So years ago when I first started out, it was Koda Sushi, and now it's the Owl Bar that's near Stonebrook and DNT there. It's kind of a hidden gem, and it's open late. So as we're on the campaign trail running around or we get a late council meeting, it's somewhere I can zip in, grab a pizza, kind of hang out, and then kind of keep moving. But cool new place.
It is. I will second that. I was just there on Monday night. I watched the Stars playing on Monday night, and first time I had been there, pizza was fantastic. So good call. Chauny, what you got?
Tupelo honey.
Yeah,
I love it. Good call. Paul.
Not just because y'all meet there, right? And that was,
no.
Is that your message?
No, don't be telling all my secrets now.
Well, I know you.
What's yours, Paul?
Love. I got it. Give him a shout out.
What's yours? What's your restaurant?
Mine, because John mentioned it. I mean, I went to Koda Sushi with Ellen from Stewart Title, and that place is great. So I'll take your favorite.
You're gone. You got buzzed. Here's mine. We can read that. Tender Smokehouse.
Yeah, gotta have a barbecue place.
Yep. Right there on Preston. We go there for networking meetings, and they've got great breakfast too. I like the fact that they serve breakfast. Okay. Well, Lennon, I don't want to, I got to include you. Lennon in the background, the creator of the Difference Radio Show podcast live stream. What's your favorite Frisco go-to restaurant?
I like Tupelo honey as well.
Okay. So we can go for
Yeah.
There we go. All right. On to the next question. This one's an easy yes or no answer. John, is your bed made right now?
Yes.
Awesome. Chauny?
Absolutely.
All right. Paul?
Yes.
All right. Me too. Lennon, are we going to make it a clean sweep?
Yep, it's made.
Wow. Okay. This is the first show that we've had everybody with a made bed. We got our shit together, guys. This is awesome.
We got our life together, okay?
Life together, man. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Next question. You're in a burning building, and you need to put the signal up for any superhero that you can have come rescue you. Who's it going to be? Paul, I'll start with you this time.
Superman. The
Superman.
original.
All right. Good call. Chauny?
Jesus.
No, we might need
Jesus
to
Christ,
do a buzzer
superstar,
on that
right?
one.
Look at her.
I mean,
Batman.
I can't disagree, but
he's
a superhero.
I'll say Batman.
Batman. Okay, cool. We'll take that. John, what about you?
Captain America is one of my favorites, but I'd have to go with Superman. I think if the place was on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that. Mine is Deadpool. So if I'm going to die, I'm going to die laughing. Okay. So that's mine. Landon, what about you? Who's your super?
Well, it's a burnt building, so I'm going to go with Aquaman, hoping he brings a little water.
All right. I like that angle. Good one. Okay. Another easy one. Mountains, beach, or sea? John, you first.
I grew up in the mountains of Lake Tahoe, so I'm ready for the beach.
Okay, beach it is. Chauny.
I'm gonna say mountains.
Mountains. Okay. Paul.
It's like sea, like floating in the water type. I mean, or
If you're that adventurous.
So,
I was thinking like a cruise ship, but if you want to go floating
I'll
or Gilligan's Island style,
yeah,
go ahead.
my knees are too shot for me to do any hiking or anything, so I'll be sitting on the beach.
Okay, all right. I thought, after hearing that, I thought you were going to choose C, but
No, I mean, definitely not cruise, man. You get stuck out there and that's it. I mean,
the 3-hour tour turns into
the 3-hour tour. No, I'm out.
There you go. All right, mine is mountains as well. Landon, what about you?
Mountains.
Mountains it is. All right. Well, we got a good mixture today. That's good. Okay. This is one of my favorite ones that I ask, not every show, but a lot of them. Karaoke gun to your head. So you don't have a choice. You got to go up there and sing karaoke. You don't get a pass. What's your go-to song? Karaoke gun to your head, Paul. What you singing?
Oh, you're not supposed to pick me first, man. I just got back from Nashville, so I'm trying to think of all my songs. I like Don Williams, so give me Tulsa Time.
All right, I like it. Johnny, what about you?
Okay, you do not want me singing karaoke, but it would have to be something either Frank Sinatra or something from the 80s like Van Halen or something from the Scorpions or Rock You Like a Hurricane, or we can just turn up the music and really kind of drown out my lyrics.
So when you win your election, you'll be singing one of those songs, I'm sure, right?
At the Owl Bar.
There we go. We now have a booking at the Owl Bar. John Keating doing victory karaoke. Van Halen, book it right now.
Accountability time.
Out of that.
And then we could turn social media into service media by some live streaming right there. I love it. Okay, we got that going for us. Chauny, what's your go-to karaoke gun to your head go-to song?
It'd have to be anything in the 90s. So Shanice, Tamia, TLC. Yeah. Listen, y'all telling my age on here, okay? Next question.
Next question.
We've already established you were 13 when you got married. So we're doing the math. All right, my go-to karaoke gun to my head. I'm feeling hip-hop today. I am going Ice Cube to Be With You Today. All right, I can pretty much rattle that one off. So, Lennon, what do you got today?
Randy Travis, Forever and Ever, Amen.
Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, guys. Final question of rapid fire, and then I'll take you off the hot seat. And this one, we're going to go back to Frisco on this one. With all the activities that can be done here in Frisco, what is your what's your favorite, and it doesn't have to be something huge and special, but what's your favorite thing to do in Frisco? John, let's start with you.
Thanks. I was going to just jump in there.
Okay, well, perfect. We're aligned.
I really, really love the NCAA Division I football game, and I really love it when North Dakota is in that game, and we get all the bison coming into town, and they just have the best time. They love Frisco. They get us on the radio up there. They get the mayor on there, both the mayors. There's usually some friendly competition. But they come down here and have a great time. They spend a lot of money. They love all the other stuff they can do while they're here. And I think that's just kind of become one of my favorite things. The first game was when I first came on council. It was Delaware and Eastern Washington. And that's when then Vice President Joe Biden showed up as an alum of Delaware. And that kind of made it memorable. The first one, we did the cowboy hats that year. That's sort of become symbol of the game. That's carried over into the Frisco Bowl. So again, kind of keeping with the Sports City USA theme. and then just it's something that has kind of started when I first came on council, and I've been able to make a contribution there and enjoy the game. So it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been to the year that North Dakota State played Illinois State, which is the where my wife went to college. So we were vested in that game, and I used to work with some guys that were North Dakota State alums, and that whole city, Fargo and all those guys, that it relocates to Frisco. It had for like 5 or 6 straight years, whatever the record was.
Yeah, they've got the record.
Yeah, and they drink the city dry too, so that helps. All right, cool. So, Chauny, what about you?
I'd say the Texas Legends game. It's a good family outing, easygoing, kid appropriate, easy to navigate. Yes, and we surely didn't have that in West Texas.
There you go. I love it. Oh, what about you?
I think with the PGA being out there, I mean, they've got so many events now. I mean, like you can go, it's a great place to go watch the Masters and things like that. So I like having that and having that as an avenue to go and go hang out and be around the game of golf. So
good call. Like it. All right, I'm going to go with the Frisco Fighters. I will also preview one of our upcoming potential sponsorship opportunities here as well. I might be letting the cat out of the bag, but the Frisco Rough Riders is a great time as well. Go there, check that out. All right, guys, with that, we have to take our final commercial break. The business topic of the month is what we're going to talk about on the backside of it, and that is utilizing social media for service media. With that, Lennon, hit the break. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Great to be back. If you notice, we've lost John, not for technical reasons or anything like that, but he did have to run. His schedule is pretty packed here, coming down to the wire on the upcoming election this Saturday. So we thank John for his time today. We really appreciate him being on the show, having a little bit of fun with us. It's always a good time. So I guess look for John at the Owl Bar, this weekend as a celebratory, time where he's going to be singing Van Halen karaoke. So
Yeah.
saying he committed on the show, so it's got to be done. But so we've changed up the segments a little bit this week to accommodate his schedule. So what I want to do is circle back. I do hear some feedback as well, Paul. I see that. Does anybody have us on a phone or anything?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm getting a little bit of feedback on my end, but hopefully, okay.
Yeah, with that, whatever that was, it cleared it up.
Okay, awesome. So what I want to do now is circle back on the segment of the business topic of the month, and that is utilizing social media for and really leveraging it for service media. And we couldn't have a better guest on the show this week to talk on that topic. So Chauny, thank you for joining us specifically for this topic. And I'm sorry we lost John for this, because we did get a chance to touch on it earlier, but I've seen him do some things in his social media, that has really been impactful, and the city of Frisco for that matter too. So maybe we'll have him come on at a later time to talk about the city of Frisco. But Chauny, let's focus on your social media presence and what you've done from just leveraging social media. I guess let's start there, and then talk about how you've taken that and expanded it to be, more of a service media, and how that's expanded your entire, social media presence. So I'm going to let you kind of expound on that, because I think we can all do a lot of learning, and certainly our audience could as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Brian. So social media, to be very honest, for me, until I started in business, I wasn't really on social media too much. But I will say that it definitely has catapulted the brand and the business tremendously. And I think it's because of the reach. So for me, a lot of where I guess I love to say we kind of live is really Facebook and LinkedIn more so. But we definitely utilize Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. But it's very different in how I utilize each platform. So I feel that, Facebook is the platform where I am able to really just share my story, right? Where I'm able to just be, I'm authentic on all three platforms. You don't get a different Chauny on each platform, but you get different aspects, right, of Chauny, I would say. But Facebook, I truly use as my storytelling journal, is what I love to call it. And I share, family things and business things, and just very casual. But we also make a lot of business connections, actually more on Facebook than we do LinkedIn. And I think it's because of the kind of interaction that we have, on that platform. And I use all aspects. So from the lives to the videos to the automatic posting, because time is so valuable and it's something we cannot get back. And what I love is that actually all of these platforms, with the exception of Instagram, unless it's a third-party software tool, like Later, you're able to auto post and kind of set things and schedule them out, for them to live there. So I think for me, social media is really like it's a place where we can have the largest reach, but also be able to be authentic in how we do so, because they offer so many different ways in which you can share, whether it's posting, whether it's reeling, whether it's stories, or whether it is live streaming. So I mean, I think that that's kind of where I would say how we utilize that. But that is also where we, connect with the different individuals on the different, community platforms. And there's so many groups and all kinds of communities on there as well. But it's all about picking the right ones. And I always tell individuals, it's not about how many groups you can be in and how many people you can connect with. It's about how many of the right groups you're connected to and how many of the right individuals you can connect with. So we always foundationalize our business and our life on quality, never quantity. So.
And are you always posting? I mean, and I'm asking this, for the audience. I mean, are you always posting stuff about, business, or are you always posting stuff? Do you have like a 50-50 rule, or, I'm not going to say 90-10, but, like a 50-50 rule about, I'm going to do this much business and this much personal, or am I posting just for purpose? Or, how does all that look? As far as the balance.
For sure. So I would love to say that we definitely abide by the 20-80 rule, for sure. And, 80% of what I share on social is really just life, right? You'll see workout videos on there. You'll see, just everyday things. Maybe I'm at my favorite, spot where I love to meet with partners. But you will only see very minimal business things, which I've posted a lot this week because there's a lot going on this week for us in business. But it's really just, that one post of, hey guys, this is what's happening. But for the most part, I think that I post a lot of lifestyle more than anything on social. So, yeah.
So I love a couple key takeaways I got from that, Chauny. One, quality over quantity. I love that aspect of it. And then the other piece, more from a functionality standpoint, the auto posting, right?
Yes.
So consistency has been a theme that we've teased out over, the course of this show and social media. Consistency is a huge factor in your success and, whatever you're trying to grow over social media. Curious, what do you use to do like automatic posting?
So for Facebook, I actually use the platform itself. So Facebook now has, through Business Meta, it now has where you're able to schedule out. Now you are limited in that. You can only schedule out 30 days at a time. And so if I don't have a lot going on, then I don't utilize the tool. I'll actually save some of those posts and schedule those out for when I do. So that's just a little trick there. For me, it's more about posting out quality, right? So it's not the premise of consistently posting something every single day, because I love to post with purpose. And I think that that's a huge thing that people miss, is you have to post with purpose. And so, so Facebook, the actual tool, has that built in. Instagram, there's an amazing software called Later that I love using. And they have a free version and paid version. And then for LinkedIn as well, Later. Because LinkedIn is still trying to catch up, I think, with the scheduling ahead and posting. So that's how I utilize those tools.
I think we need to get a T-shirt created that just says "Post with Purpose."
Yeah, you like that, right?
Well, and all the social media, either classes that are out there, or people do webinars or whatever. I think you're seeing that a lot more now, where people want to, post with purpose and not just, posting about, what you do all the time. Right. It just kind of, because it gets kind of boring, quite honestly. So.
Yes. And I think that that's why it's also so important, in that personal brand aspect, right? Because you can't post with purpose without knowing what your message is, right? Your authentic message of purpose is what I like to call it, because that helps when you understand that, because then what kind of post are you putting out? What kind of content are you sharing? All of those things matter before you even get to the consistency. So
100%. And with that, guys, we're going to end on that note, because we are coming up against our hard stop. It's amazing how fast these shows go when we're having fun, right? So post with purpose, folks. Take that as a key lesson of this segment. Chauny, I just want to reach out and say thank you for being on today. Really appreciate your time, your insights. Good to see you again. Paul, always good to see you as a co-host. Good to thank you for another month of awesome times on the air here. Special thanks to John Keating, who had to leave here early, but it was great to have him on the show. I want to wrap it up. Just tell us who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you, and then we'll end it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go, Chauny.
Absolutely. So Chauny Shivers here, author, speaker, and coach. You can find me on all platforms at Chauny Shivers. That's ChaunyShivers.
Paul Fisher with Certainty Home Lending. You can find me, anywhere in Texas. I'll do loans anywhere in Texas and states beyond. So you can find me at loansbyfisher.com.
Thank you, sir. And I am Brian Poduska, host of the Community Difference Frisco show. I also own Real Property Management Focus, where we focus on your real estate investments so you don't have to. www.realpmfocus.com. And then Lyndon, thank you for, as always, producing another awesome show. Thank you for creating the difference. We will be back on next week, 2:30 p.m. Same business topic, different co-hosts and different guests. Looking forward to that. In the meantime, you guys have a great weekend. All the listeners have a great weekend. Bye.
All right. Bye, Chauny.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus; Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending; Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers; Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title; Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency; Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage; Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking; Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference.